fun.
Like nonsense.
Usapang Canva.
Trabaho Talks with Nicole
And Gladys. Hi everyone, it's me Gladys, your Canvarkada, at super fun na naman ang episode natin today. Pero bago yan, abangan nyo ang mga Canva Jeep na lalabas sa mga screen nyo. We will have a gift for those who can keep track. Sabay-sabay po natin i-welcome ang guest natin for today, Nicole Alba!
Yay! Yo, what's up friends? My name's Nicole. I'm so excited to be here today.
Can you tell our Canvarkadas a little bit more about what you do?
So I'm mostly a content creator on social media. I'm also a strategy associate at a small startup and a partner at another production agency.
We are so excited to learn more dito sa ating episode for today. G ka ba, Nicole, for a game called Whiteboard Wordplay?
Syempre, Gina G.
We're gonna ask you to type in your thoughts and ideas on this Canva whiteboard. I'll tell you one word and then you tell us the first thing you think of. What was it like thinking about, and this is your first word, adulting?
So probably my words for adulting would be overwhelming, exciting, and right now, because I'm like fresh into the adulting world. I've always been overwhelmed by the thought of adulting. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna be an adult, so scary, I don't know what I need to do to be a good adult. Naturally, I would just stumble into things like, like people vlog their lives, and they'd get their finances in order, they'd like establish healthy habits. I want to prepare myself so that I can be the best that I can be. So when it comes to adulting, overwhelmed, but I find it so exciting. And I think when you look at things and you're like, oh my god, that's so fun. It changes your energy. I'm slaying, but still struggling. And I think when you're fresh into adulting, one of the most important things that you need to handle, or at least learn how to handle, is your finances.
Speaking of, eto na yung next word mo. What got you into big ideas like finance?
I wanted to be prepared. So probably finances, I'd put like preparation, planning, and also I would say fun. I love talking about finances. I can talk about it like the entire day. Fun. Like
nonsense.
I just find it so interesting. And I guess that's why I got into like content creation, like talking about finances. When you see someone like super excited about what they're talking about, it makes you interested. Like,
actually,
I wonder,
it's true.
Why? Like, what? Ano meron dyan?
How has your experience been with your next word, content creation?
A lot of people create content, but not a lot of people create content on finance.
Yes.
During the pandemic, I started content creation because I've always wanted to start like creating my videos. I've always had a love of documenting things. And now I'm here. I create videos on finances, and I mostly also share like the things that I learned as I go through adulthood. My words would probably be sharing ideas, communicating also, and honestly just like sharing things that you're passionate about.
Of course, we are very curious to know ano naman ang thoughts mo sa Canva.
I would probably say my words for Canva is cool and then easy. You can just like make an account, get started, get going. You just have to like drag and drop. Probably like a tool. And it's so important that you make tools like this accessible to people because people have so many ideas, and if you just give them the proper tools to make their idea, to execute on their ideas, then they can do so many things.
So usually when you think about finances and tech, hindi mo siya agad ma-relate sa design. Parang hindi sila konektado at all. So ang tanong ko, what part does Canva play in your work right now?
Honestly, konektado siya, and I think it's a misconception for people who don't really value design. Design is so important in different parts of your life. Hindi lang siya yung pampaganda ng things eh. Sometimes it's the way you design yung workflow, it's the way you organize things, you systematize it. And the way that I would use Canva in my work, that's like content creation, when I talk about finances, I have to think about visually communicating my ideas. And that's something that Canva helps me to do. People might think that Canva is just like a design platform, but honestly, it's a productivity tool. And for example, we can use Canva Docs. Okay, we'll do like a finance review process. You can just like write things down that you want to happen, or at least you're aiming to happen for the start of the month. But it can keep you accountable also because it's written down.
Yeah.
Set finance goals.
Yeah.
Of course, you can just say, like, I want to save money. But it would be so much better if you make it smart. Specific,
yes.
measurable, actionable, realistic, tapos time-bound.
Yes.
So you want to say, like, for this month, I want to be able to save 5,000 pesos.
Okay.
It's very specific. And you can actually measure at the end of the month na whether or not you can achieved it, you kind of achieved it, or not at all. And then in relation to this, we can kind of create like a sub-bullet point.
Yeah.
What is it that you need to do to make that happen? So if I want to save 5,000 pesos a month, you can probably do like, when I receive my salary, I'm immediately gonna transfer it to this account. Kunwari, I did the finance review at the start of the month. I set the goals, then at the end of this month, I go back to that doc, and I kind of summarize everything that happened. And once you summarize everything that happened during the month, you can analyze the things that you can tweak. That's one of the examples of how you can use Canva in your finances.
Let's talk about naman your present in this presentation. Gusto mo yun?
Yes,
Yun.
I love it with you.
Yes. Question. Where are you in your life right now, Nicole? And, I know you're young, but what has been your proudest moment so far?
And the first one is just like, it's a feeling of adulting. And I remember in 2020, I was starting making content, and I was also earning my own money because I was doing a few freelance projects. Nung December, I was thinking of giving my parents their Christmas gifts. I like spending money on other people, but not myself.
And then tracking it after.
Yes. Then the other thing would probably be me creating content.
Yeah.
Just like talking about the things that I talk about. But I didn't realize that there are actual people who are watching my content and they're actually getting something from it.
Right.
And for me, like, one of my favorite things is like actually getting to know who they are. During the pandemic, I would create like group chats, and then I'd play games with the people who watch my videos, and I'd learn about their stories. Like, some of them are from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Like, these are their professions, and then some of them are like in college, also like me. And it's only now that I've taken a step back, because during the pandemic I was grinding so hard, but now I'm spending more and more time with people that I love.
We want to know, ano yung next steps for you?
So I decided to give myself like a gap year to just like explore, to do things. And it's been almost a year since I decided to do that, since I graduated. And so far, I'm so proud that I gave myself time to rest. And now I'm like slowly taking up more things, slowly starting the grind. So I'm creating content again, even though it's slower. And then I have a couple of positions with some startups. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty amazing, and we're looking forward to yung mga bagay na ibibigay mo sa amin next with your content creation and even with the startups that you're affiliated with now. So, super excited for you. Hey Canverkada, okay ka pa? Leave a comment below if you're still here. And don't forget to scan the QR or click the link in the description to try docs, whiteboards, presentations with our free Learn and Play workbooks. Balik na tayo sa kwentuhan. See ya! Before we say goodbye and before you go, we want to share a message from Magic Right.
So I'm gonna ask Magic Right for a 5-step plan to adulting. Tapos to give me 3 tips to how to improve my finances.
Uy, ang galing magkasama na siya.
Oh, let's try.
Uy! Galing! Ayan na siya.
The first one daw is to set clear goals. Parang kanina nasabi natin yan, no? You start by setting achievable goals for yourself, including financial goals, career goals, and personal goals.
Sobrang align nga dun sa pinag-usapan natin.
I'm
I think you're
succeeding.
doing it right. Second one is to develop a routine. Establish a daily routine that includes healthy habits such as exercise, healthy eating, and regular sleep.
The third one is to build a support system. Surround yourself with supportive friends, family, and mentors who can offer guidance and encouragement.
Number 4 is manage your time effectively. Learn to prioritize your time and focus on important tasks while also making time for self-care and relaxation.
The fifth one is to continuously learn and grow. Seek out opportunities to learn new skills and expand your knowledge in areas that interest you. Love this. One of my life principles is actually to never stop learning. You can always learn something from anyone that you meet, from anything that you're doing. There's nothing that's sayang.
Yeah. Thank you so much for spending time with us today, Nicole. Nag-enjoy ako talaga. Nakita niyo ba yung Canva Jeeps sa episode na ito? Nasaan kaya? Saan? Rewatch this episode. Baka ako mag-rewatch. And count them all dahil may malaking sorpresa ang makakapagsabi kung ilan lahat yun. And as always, go like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for all things Canva Philippines.
Yes! Gawin nyo yun, guys, ha?
Yes.
See you again soon!
Bye!